Oh, Caesar produced them, gives them, gives.
Hey yo, GM everybody. What is good? What is good? Okay, we're not just live just yet. But come on in, come on in. Repost the stream if you are here right now and make sure that everyone that you know, your mom, your dad, everyone, your grandma, your grandpa is listening to the Ronin radio because they will need it. Tonight our topic is going to be really interesting, especially on how AI is moving things in the world, not just on gaming, not just in the stuff that we do here in Web3, but in general. So they have, or we're going to have a lot of learning tonight. So come on in, get them all in here, repost the show. You can, I believe you can have, or you can repost it on YouTube as well. Share it, share the link, share the love, share the learning, and we're going to get on the show. All right. And joining me tonight is, of course, none other than Mr. Stark. How are you tonight, sir?
I'm good. I'm good. Our first show together. Let's go.
Let's go. I mean, it's not the first time, right? We did some stuff back then when we were doing tribally stuff.
Yeah.
Of that.
But excited to have you on with helping us with Ronin Radio. So,
yeah, no worries, man.
What a good show. Good guest. We're going to do this.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. Ayor, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. It's still at this point.
I pronounce it or, but I don't know. I think when we had him on, did we ask him?
Will win, definitely.
I think when we had him on, I think we asked him, and I'm pretty sure it's or at least he didn't correct us when we said or. So it's not or. He's just a polite guy.
Yeah, it's probably that. And yes, and tonight, this is gonna be a this guy is someone close to my heart as well. We do a lot of work behind the scenes. We take care of the Axie Classic and Origins tournament, and tonight he's gonna be wearing a different type of hat that is probably not common knowledge to a lot of people in Ronin. And yeah, let's bring him on the stage. Mr. Jaatster, what is good, sir? How are you?
Hello guys, how's it going?
GM.
Yeah.
Wait,
Am
my
I?
first question before we get into serious stuff is since you're doing so much stuff with AI, how can we know that you're the real Jaatster and not
Yeah, we could be talking to someone that's not, that's not the real Jaatster.
and,
Yeah,
Blink
but
twice.
yeah.
You get it?
fortunately we're not there yet. Maybe in a year.
That's exactly what an AI would say.
All right, quick one. Jaatster, you've been in the Axie community for years, and then you joined Sky Mavis, and somewhere in that journey, AI completely changed how you operate. And I think that is what we're here today and what we want to learn more. Because to be honest, Jaster, the level of AI that I do in my work is just creating prompts on either Chat GPT, Copilot, and telling it to do this, do that. I don't have a clue on the level of work that you do. I'm sure it is, high level. And yeah, let us know how that journey, or take us to that journey.
Yeah, so I've been pretty interested in AI for like 3 years now.
Mm-hmm.
So, initially, it was ChatGPT and all came along, everyone was using it, but that's all good. But initially, what interested me was image generation and video generation with AI. So that's how kind of started like 2 3 years ago. I used to mess around with things like stable diffusion and all. I'm like, okay, we can create like some really cool stuff with AI. I don't know if people remember, but I created some like codes with AI which do not look like AI, but they're like QR codes. So that was like my first kind of thing that I started with. But more so, I went really hard into AI like last year, exactly a year ago when Nano Banana came around, right? So I've always been obsessed with Axie art, and just like we have such incredible artists. I used to see all this art, and I'm like I'm not an artist. Like I'll be very frank. Like I cannot draw for shit. The best I can draw is a hut that I used to draw in like back in kindergarten. So, but I have like a vision like okay maybe this would look cool. This would look cool, right? And when Nano Banana dropped, I would like I would imagine something and it would just make it right. So that was a year ago, and then slowly like video generation came along, and I was so we have a very unique thing with Axie where okay if you want to create an AI video of a person, AI has a lot of data on a person, so anyone can just do that. It's
Right.
pretty easy. But if you want to create AI stuff with Axie, it's very very difficult. So I've been messing around for a year now, and I think around 7 to 8 months ago, when the better AI model started
Mhm.
coming out, like I constantly post on Twitter some Axie AI images, and even internally, I was like, guys, uh, what do you think about this? So, and I hold myself to very high standards. Like I won't create something that just looks like slope. I'm like, holy shit, look what I created with AI. So I myself have very high standards. If I am creating something with AI, I want to ensure that this looks good. So internally, I think within Sky Mavis and my personal work, it all started with AI generated images. So let's say at first it was like just small edits like we want an instant edit, it's a weekend, the artists are not available, so I would just use the help of AI to do that. And then
Yeah, I've seen like
it
the memes, right? You were doing some memes for Axie, some
yeah,
some edits. Yeah, I've seen those on the timeline as well.
yep. So yeah, memes were like one of those things that I really enjoyed making.
Who doesn't, right?
Yeah, who doesn't know life without memes, bro? And especially XE memes, because like just the satisfaction of creating an something with AI that looks authentic, like XE, and just giving it any shape you want, like whatever your favorite movie scene is, like whatever your favorite meme is, and you turn an XE version of it within a few minutes. That was like, I just felt like, you know, so much creative freedom without actually being an artist. Like it's a very difficult spot initially, but I knew this thing is inevitable, and it's just going to improve. So for me, the question was, how can I make sure I keep up with everything?
Mm,
So yeah, I started with the images, videos, and then I got really obsessed with just literally perfecting it. Like there's some stuff that I created. It's not public yet, but yeah, the thing with AI is like new things just keep on coming. So I'm always learning. So yeah, that's the image and video part was like kind of like phase one. Phase two
right.
was after December, which
Yes, December. I remember the conversations that were happening in the background. Just to give you the audience some context, we work closely. Jaatster, me, Grors work closely in terms of tournaments for Axie, and there were conversations around, I guess, the uh, a certain tournament that we wanted to do, but there was no platform to actually do it, and I think that was a little bit of a spark plug that was happening in the background. But yeah, take us there, Jaatster.
yeah, so like I'm always following whatever is the latest that is happening with AI. And in the start of December, I heard about this thing called Claudis, which then turned into Claudebot. And people were like, you can have your AI assistant, and it's like really good. I'm like, for 2 weeks, I kind of faded it. I'm like, yeah, this I've been hearing this for a year, right? But whenever I try it, this shit just doesn't work. But what happened was around the same time, these new models, Opus 4.5 and GPT, I think it was 5.3, these got launched and they were
Mhm.
really good.
Right.
So they kind of supercharged it all. And OpenClaw's creator, Peter Steinberger, I think he created this harness type of thing where it actually feels like your personal AI agent. So end of December is when I started really digging into it. And I think with after a month of tinkering, I realized I can literally build everything. Like I didn't know at that point how to build it, but I could feel it. Okay, these things are so good now. Like that coding part has been eliminated, so now if
Mhm.
you have a vision and a clear direction of how you want to execute, you can reach the end line. Now you can have something like, production worthy
Mhm.
without knowing really how to code. So yeah,
Okay, let me quickly
Flow.
pause you there, Jatster. You said that code was eliminated, or how does that look like? Because okay, I am not a programmer. I'm not a dev. I have zero knowledge in code. I mean, I know a little bit of Boolean, but as far as the other stuff, the advanced stuff, I have no clue. Right. So, are you saying that me, as a dumb person that doesn't know how to code anything, can do the stuff that you are, doing? Or is that the case?
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Like it's just natural English language now. There's no complex code that the AI just writes the code. You just need to make sure like your vision is clear, you know what you
Right.
want, the end goals are clear, and AI can reach it pretty much, literally everything.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's just mind blowing to me because, like, just like you, I do enjoy memes. I like to create memes as well, that are, in Web3 or in Axie, or even in my personal stuff. Um, I like creating those, and AI has really been, that thing that you can use to create those. But now that you're saying to me that I can do the level of coding of someone that has been doing it for years without me having that knowledge and just having that clear vision to create that thing that I want, and I can make it happen through this technology. What was the name of the AI again that you were using? Was that
Uh, Currently, I
OpenClaw?
use multiple things, but
Mm.
the thing that gave me the start was OpenClaw. Yeah. So OpenClaw is
Mm.
kind of, you can say you can plug in different AI models into it, and you can just talk to it through Discord, WhatsApp, Telegram, or basically anything. And it has its own memory. You can configure it however you want. You can give it as much of your personal work context, and it's just going to, like, that's the
Sounds
nearest Jarvis-like feeling I would say we have in the world right now.
sounds so scary in a way also, but also all the more reason for to try to stay up to date with it, like you were trying to say, because if anyone can do anything, it makes staying on top of things even more priceless, right? You're not just trying to be the best out of 100 or 10 million or 1 million people. You're in competition with everybody, and how fast you can learn and how much you retain, right? Is primordial. I saw you posted an article about, is that like about when you fed all your X data into it? Was that like your first big experiment with OpenClaw?
Yeah. So when I
What got you
started
there?
OpenClaw,
What gave you the idea to even do that? And then tell us more about it.
yeah, so when I started OpenClaw, the initial 10 days were just me bashing my head almost like on a wall. It, like, that kind of feeling like this thing is not working. But when I got around that, right, the next thing was people are saying it can feel like a personal agent, but majority was not able to make it sound like something personal, right? So the way to make it sound
Mhm.
personal is feed it personal, like let it know how you talk and all that, right? And if you do it like this by conversation, I need to tell it a lot of things, right? So I'm like,
Right.
where is that one place which has a lot of data on how I talk and everything? And that thing was Twitter X, whatever you call it. The thing with everyone who's pretty active on Twitter and posts actively is we share our thoughts out loud in our language, and over the, like, we basically, like, I post a lot, all of us post a lot, right? So when you collect all of that data, it's pretty incredible what you can find there. And that's what I did. If you go to, like, everyone can do it. If you go to settings, I think it's in your accounts, you can download your X archive. It takes like 24 48 hours. Then you get this like big 6 to 8 GB file. For me it was like a 7 GB file with just data of like 8 years of me on Twitter.
Wow.
So back when, I think I installed Twitter when I just started like my college. So
Mhm.
from there till now, at this point of working in SkyMaves for like 3.5 years. So it had all the data, and I've been like tweeting pretty actively. So I gave OpenClaw all that. I'm like, analyze this in every possible way you can. Like I even don't know how to analyze this data, right? I'm like, you figure out how to analyze it. Just figure out every type of analysis you can do on this data, and just get to know me. And then I think it took like 2-3 hours total of it analyzing the data, and just me doing a back and forth on what to do. And then if you guys have read the article, if someone can link it in the chat. But
Yeah, link it.
it's surprisingly found so many things about my personality, how I've changed through the years, how
Right.
I was like just a community member, like working hard on Axie Origins, just trying to grind every day, learning everything. And from there, like working with Sky Mavis directly on the game.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things in data. It knew when I would wake up, when I would sleep, when I would do a lot of work, just from my Twitter data. I was like so surprised. I don't even remember tweeting so much stuff, but when I would like cross question it, it would tell me like in December of 2023 I was doing this. In March of 2021 I was working on this. What my mood was, what my emotions were, because I'm like what I am as a person. I am on Twitter. I'm like I think this is the one thing, like if you're not faking it and you're putting your raw thoughts out there, like
Right.
this thing can help you, something like this.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask about that one because what if you have just a persona, right? Like, what if the stuff that you put out on Twitter is actually not you? Does it make sense, or is it gonna be like, I don't know. I feel like there's gonna be an imposter syndrome somewhere in there when you get that information, and it's a little bit freaky in terms of like, the information that it knows, and it's spitting it out to you and telling you that, oh yeah, you did this and you did that. Uh, h- does it?
And what can be even freakier is if you don't have a persona and you're just giving an AI the key to replicating you, which is even scarier because at least if it's a persona, then let's say one day bots and an AI replaces you because it sees that
Oh
it's like
man,
because it sees
yeah.
that like, oh yeah, your X account that you gave it data to generates X amounts in like impressions and stuff like that. We're just gonna copy you and steal your thunder. But at least if it's a persona, you can make a new persona. If it's just your personality, then you're
Yeah,
really fucked.
that's why
Versus
like when uh, sorry to interrupt, like
no,
when I
go, go, go.
started all this, my first priority was how do I make it secure? Okay, if I choose to give it my data, I don't want this data to go anywhere else. It should be private, it should be local. And that's the great thing about OpenAI. If you're hosting it locally, these
Mhm.
data, everything is just a markdown file. It's just like text files on your storage. So I got a Mac Mini to run this, and all of the data is locally stored, fully secure. I have like whatever security practices I can follow with OpenClaw, I'm doing that. And so yeah, security was the topmost priority. And right now I'm fairly confident that yeah,
Okay. I mean, that's a main concern for everybody. The other thing was like, so for those of you who don't know in chat, like OpenClaw works with like credits. So like so I think depending on your subscription, you get a free amount of credits per day. And then if you want the AI to do more, and like every different actions are weighted differently credit wise, right? So my question was going to be like, how much would you like if you feel free sharing, how much do you estimate it cost? Because I'm asking for me personally, I think this would be a great first step for me to start my open AI journey is to do exactly this. So how much would you say it cost to get this result, like that 4 hour analysis and all of that, like you described?
yeah. So, like for me personally, when I started, like when I really understood all of this, I knew the capabilities it can reach. So I'm like, whatever I can spend, I will spend because that's the kind of technology this is. But if you're someone who just want to get a taste of it, you're just getting started. You can choose any device that you have. Like you might have a spare like 15-year-old laptop just sitting around. You can even use
Mhm.
that. Just clear everything, get OpenClaw into it, and for subscriptions, like there's like even $5, $10 subscriptions from some operators like Minimax. I think it has a $5 plan. So
Mhm.
that model is like good enough to just get you started. And this analysis thing I'm talking about, that thing you can even do with that. So you can take like a $5 Minimax plan, set it up with your OpenClaw, and just talk to it. Because spending right away too much, you won't know what type of use cases you might use it
Yeah,
for. So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
start small, experiment around.
Yeah, almost recreate instead of just shortcutting it. Maybe your advice is what I'm hearing is like try to recreate that frustration you felt of why you even gave it that data. Like basically try to see if maybe that's something I want. Do I want to talk to someone who talks like me, or maybe I won't feel the same frustration you will, right? Maybe I'll like to talk to someone like about something differently. Geez, I said someone. They're not people. AIs are not people.
Oh, you have to be
Yeah, like
careful. They
Hashtag
might be.
hashtag hashtag
They
AI
might
are
be
people.
listening.
Yeah, there's already the AI human rights people out there. No, so yeah, I think it's fascinating. And then I think what's really cool and what I really wanted to talk to you a lot about today is like how you've like take like have you taken all that and applied it to your work within Sky Mavis, right? Because from the tidbits that I've been hearing, it's like your it's like your passion with AI kind of like overflowed a bit, and then was like everybody else is now a bit more on it thanks to your. It's like you were a bit like infectious about it. So tell us about how that's how that started and how that's going in Sky Mavis.
Yep. So, like as I said earlier, initially I started with just images and videos, and I've been preaching a lot about AI everywhere I can, work included. But when this OpenClaw thing happened, right? So the people I work with, pretty much with almost, I have had multi-hour calls. Like I would just ping them like, bro, you have like 15-20 minutes. I want to talk to you about something like this really cool thing I found. And then we start talking, and it's been like 2.5 hours, 3 hours, because I'm just explaining what I'm doing, and it's just also fascinating, right? But
Right.
like we work at a very high level, right? You cannot just take a new technology and then just create something random and they're like, okay, like we're just going to use it. I had to go
Mhm.
through a lot of iterations internally. I think I did like around 10 to 12 experiments on like different mini apps, and till I reached a stage where the thing I built felt like production level, like really, really good quality. Like even I wasn't satisfied, and but when I showed it to everybody. They were like, okay, this thing can actually work now. Dojo is the example. Like if you guys have visited Dojo, I don't
Yep.
know, like be honest, like did you feel this thing was created by someone who doesn't even know how to do development?
No, not at all. I mean, I use Dojo to look at the leaderboard for Atia's Legacy and to check out what are people using in playing, and it all has the stats, and I'm like, this is not the work of someone that does not know how to code. It looks so clean, man. It looks so clean.
Yeah. My first thought was like the origin. I looked at the Origins leaderboard, and my first thought was like rip Axie Top, which is a really great website, and obviously has more features and stuff like that than Dojo does for now. But yeah,
Yeah.
to answer your question, it does feel very very smooth.
Yeah, so everything in Origins Tracker in Dojo right now is something I built like on a Sunday. All of it was built in a Sunday.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I think with this was kind of like I always wanted my profile in Origins to be viewed in a certain way. So if you go to the Origins Tracker, you click on someone's profile, like I
Right.
wanted to be viewed in a like certain way. I had it in mind, and I literally just built that here. And you
Yeah.
just, if you hover over axis, you see the card, the charms attached to it. I'm like, I want a clean, nice interface. Like I'm very peculiar with like having clean, nice interfaces, the UIs to look good.
And
So
I
I
think it
wanted
has
all of that.
I think it also has something to do with how you are engaged. I mean, you did come from the community as well, right? And you want to have a product that would make sense to you as a consumer, right? And I feel like that was the approach, or like that was like the idea behind it, because the way that I'm navigating, or we're navigating on the dojo, is like, okay, this is it. This is how I wanna I want a site like this to look like. Black, clean, and not a lot of garbage around that I don't need. And this is it. If I'm a leaderboard player, I would like to look at this and see what's happening and all of that stuff, and it's just so clean.
Yeah, thanks for that. And shout out to Axitech. Like in 2022, like when I started Origins, I used to kind of initial days, I used to just live on Axitech, just learning about Origins. And yeah, with this tracker, I'm like, let me build something around that. Like especially the Explorer part, I wanted like proper Origins card in there. So
There you go. There's a lot of people that have been looking for this one, and when the tribally site or the Axitech site no longer has it, or the it went down, n- we can't find this anymore. Like, there's not a lot of. I mean, is there? I don't think, right? That because um, even in the Axie Discord, people are looking for, when this was not yet online, people are looking for, how do I find like Axie Origins card and deck builders and all that stuff. And people would say back then that, yeah, you can look it up on Axie Tech, but Axie Tech is no longer there, and RIP. But yeah, I'm happy to see this, and yeah, I think Amy is gonna be proud when she looks at this.
Yeah, and the thing with this is like I can add on more features as community requests, and whenever I have the bandwidth, I can just build it like in a relatively fast time, as what would take like traditionally, let's say 2 years ago. I can build it much faster, and it would have whatever the latest up-to-date stuff is. Like I do not have to ask someone for the data. I know where that data lives, and I can just plug it in.
Nice. Did you so did how does this all play in also now into like Atia's legacy part two? Because that's also on the website, right? And like the tracking and stuff like that, but also like how does that what was built with thanks to all this AI stuff?
Basically everything here, including, so when I say the code part is eliminated, like I do not have to code, but I still need to understand all the systems, right? How things work, how we get the data, how the data analysis is done, how to link all that stuff. But uh, if you can just ask the right questions to the AI, and as I said, you have the vision correctly, it can guide you. And that's what I did with the Atia's legacy tracker. This was built in relatively very short time.
Yeah, because I think this one
And
went live right together with the playtest, right? Or yeah, it was. I
yep.
remember that it was actually together with the playtest. We already have a way to track the leaderboard, and that was like really surprising. So yeah, okay,
Yep.
I think because one of the things you first started doing for Skymavis, right, was like you were like a community feedback guy, community face guy. And I think here one of the things I'm thinking about is like you can it's about like using AI to analyze all the community feedback, right? Like even your job that you did to start off with Skymavis can be done by a simple AI agent. I say simple, not simple at all, but
yeah,
you know, to
it's
like
a bit
scrape it and
complicated than that.
analyze it, and it like and also do it better in every way, right? Because it can just sort out the good feedback, the bad feedback, and so I believe you did do a little bit of that, no? And for the Atia's legacy, the feedback and all of that. And if so, how does that work? And tell us about your thought process.
Yeah, for now we are collecting all the feedbacks through this form, and we're gonna obviously going to analyze it. The thing with AI is like it can help you summarize everything, but you need to be also like very clear on what you're asking. You cannot just point it at, okay, here is all the feedback and just summarize it for me. You need to know internally what the priorities are, and based on that
Right.
ask the AI, and then whatever it gives out, analyze it also. Like sometimes the AI can also bullshit you. So
Yeah.
fortunately the models are just getting better, so it does that very rarely now. But yeah,
Yeah.
the quality checks still needs to be there. AI definitely eliminates the grunt work. I remember when I started like 4 years ago, like
Mhm.
I was maintaining a spreadsheet, and it was very tough, like given the amount of feedback we would receive like every
Yeah.
day so much, and just organizing it and making sure like you I deduplicate like whatever is like getting repeated and all, like, and then spending a lot of time writing the summaries or giving it to the team. All of that is like that grunt work is kind of like eliminated now.
And
Yeah.
you did mention earlier that um you were doing this on your Sundays, and when I was chatting with Growers about this, because we also do another podcast talking about anything about Ronin, Axie, and all of that. and we touch on a particular topic where, as a developer, because he also codes himself, he mentioned that this would take, if it, just looking at the site or dojo right now, it would probably take a month or so for someone that has like experience in coding and all of that to do that. And you are saying that you are just doing this on the Sunday, and it's that fast. And where I'm leading with that, Jaster, is a question. Like, now that we are applying a lot of AI practices or a lot of AI technology into the work that is being done in Sky Mavis, is there a fast track for getting more updates for some of the games that are already existing? I'm talking, to be specific, Origins or Classic. Is there like an angle there where we can get those, I guess, updates by just having this AI co-pilots to help us in building those?
Uh, in terms of the first party games, I would say, like, I'm still being very cautious. Like, we're at a pretty early stage, right? It's just
Right.
been a couple of months. So what I'm focusing on right now is doing a lot of experimentation on Dojo itself. So
Mm,
for now, we have like the Origins tracker, the TS Legacy tracker. We have like a mini game. I don't know if you guys have played the mini game, but
I
that
did.
was
I
also
did. It's quite addicting. Sorry.
done. Yeah. So those kind of experiments, I'm going to do more on Dojo
Mm,
as we get more confident in the ability to ship with AI. And one thing I've also experimented with is like not our first party games, but like other games. I've tried using AI to see if AI can kind of port them into other languages or maybe add
mm.
features into it, help maintain it. Unfortunately, AI is not at that place. Smaller games, obviously, basic ones, definitely. But if something is like a proper game that people love to feel it's complex. AI is not at that point right now.
Gotcha.
And one thing I would definitely try to do is like build something from scratch with AI, whatever is possible. That
Mm,
way, the AI can maintain it. But existing stuff, it's currently difficult.
gotcha. Gotcha. Okay, but there was a conversation that we had during the on Monday. We had Jiho and Cruz jump on the stage, and we talked about, or slightly talked about, the possibility of the community being more involved in the continuity of the development for the older games, right? And I'm just wondering if we get, or if AI gets to that point where it can deal with the complex coding of existing games. I think it's going to be really good for the games that we already love, and at the same time, we want to have updates on and improvements on, and or just maintaining it, right?
Yep. One thing I would definitely love to do, if it's possible, in the near future, is being able to ship balance patches with AI.
Yeah.
So as long as AI can help with the balance patches and testing that nothing breaks and can maintain it, that would be a very good thing to do. But yeah,
Ah, I like
we're
that.
going to keep on kind of
Yeah, I think there's
experiment.
a big need and like a big desire in the community for that. So that's if that's able to be done lightly, let's say like light as in like credit wise, work wise, because this the main focus is a TS legacy, right? So
Yeah.
if this can be done um as a without too much weight on the rest of the company, then I think that would be something that the community would be very happy about. Especially if you look at it, like I think a lot of the people looking at dojo and stuff like that with tournaments, etc. Like tournaments are obviously more exciting. It's the same thing as seasons. If there's balance patches, right? People will lose interest in tournaments if it's always the same thing. So I think it's yeah, that would be really cool if that was able to be um, built and orchestrated.
Yeah, definitely. Fun fact: Dojo was initially just a tournament platform. It was called Axie Tournament Platform when I built it. But then I realized, like, why just stop at a tournament platform when I can just do more? So,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, good things
it
comes from like like certain sparks, right? Sometimes like one spark can actually just trigger like a bushfire. We don't want bushfires, but yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, interesting. What else do you use? Like, what else do you in your day-to-day stuff? Like, do you have any? I know Gila uses open like the OpenAI, the Claude a lot, and like running prompts at the start of the day to. So, like, what does your day look like with AI? Like, what does your Claude bot do on a daily basis?
uh, the most important thing is it has visibility on everything I wanted to have visibility on, especially like my work context, like things I'm working on, things I want to work on, right? Let's say I have a new task. I don't have to give it all the context, and I can just talk to it like, okay, post to said like, okay, we should try building this, and then it has. I don't want to like tell him who post to is, right, and who I am, what we work at, right. It knows, and then it can just help me brainstorm things quite faster. And if I tell it like, okay, we want to make this new feature in Dojo, then it knows what Dojo is and all of that, what we have worked on, and then I can just talk to it. So my workflow usually is I talk to my OpenFlow agent, which is whose persona is after my origin axis Moose. So I talk to
Mm.
Moose, and we figure out what we want to build, how we want to build. Recently, I've started putting the majority of the building part on this tool called Factory AI, which is like a development tool which uses AI. So
Oh.
I'm doing a mix of both, and I keep on exploring new things. Like, okay, I learned one thing, it's working well. Now what's next? How can I improve it? So right now I'm experimenting how I can combine like multiple AI tools together. So OpenClaw is great as an assistant and all, right? But long running tasks are not that great with it. So I, I'm just doing more things now.
Okay, so you are really immersed in AI right now. This is something that probably I'm not. I mean, if you're happy to share, but we'd like to know if Sky Mavis as a company is also at the level of enthusiasm as you in using AI. I mean, is the rest of the team also applying the stuff that you do, or like that level of usage of AI? Is that like across Sky Mavis right now? Because I did notice that there was like, I think the shipping of Atia's Legacy playtest 2 was a lot faster than uh like like the stuff that you guys, or like especially if they're like patches that you want to apply, it feels a lot faster right now.
I do not have visibility on how the game designers work, but
Right.
amongst the growth team, we are very pro AI. Like we're looking to see
Mm.
how AI can improve, and every one of us is looking to build in our own ways. I don't know if you guys have played Kodia. Shout out to ET. He built that
Yeah, yeah,
whole
yeah, yeah. That's
MMORPG kind text-based experience in Discord by himself. So like all of the thing with being in the growth team is like we are so connected with the community that we know kind of the things that the community likes, and we also want to build a lot of those things. But there's a finite amount of dev resources, right? We cannot tell the app.exe team like, okay, stop this app.exe work and build this small idea that the community wants. Like
Mhm.
that's obviously not possible, right? But now with
yeah.
AI, if an idea pops up, we can just experiment, do like a trial run, see if we the community likes it, and maybe like bring it up to the team for like further exploration. So those are
Right.
the things that are possible now. So I think I don't know where I was chatting like no idea shall go unexplored now. If there's an idea, it makes sense, let's explore it. Who knows like what it can turn
Yeah.
into, right?
Ah, interesting. Because I was wanting to dive deeper into like what other parts of Sky Mavis and the work being done is being accelerated by AI, but it almost feels like in your answer, it's not quite that yet. instead of accelerating, or like obviously it accelerates some aspects, but it's more widening the scope for now to pick certain things, right? Where it's like in the research phase of what actually do we want to speed up if we do want to speed something up, right?
Yeah, like I can, like on the development side of things, I can mostly speak on the things I have visibility on. Like I do not know how a Unity game designer is working, but like those are very complex things, right? Building a
Right.
game in Unity and shipping things there. As I said, even I did some of my smaller experiments, and what the results were like, AI is not that great with game dev on a complex level yet. But every other part, we are looking to improve. And as Stark, you said, like the scope is widened. We can do more things now.
Are there any things that are being worked on that have gone past that first experiment and chase that you can leak at a bit? Like I'm sure there's some stuff that we don't quite know about. Is there anything you'd like to allude to a little bit or tease us?
Not really at the moment. The focus is Atiya's legacy playtest. Like
Yeah.
every day, I'm just working on making new things to make the experience for the community better. Like we ship the per weapons leaderboard, and tomorrow we're going to have like a new patch where a new stage will come, a new boss will come. So right now the focus is on that. There's some events happening on the weekend, so I'm also looking to support those through the dojo for Atiya's legacy. And yeah, a couple of exciting things. Like I had some ideas, but I don't want to be someone who just says exciting stuff and if it and fail to deliver. So I would rather deliver it. If it works, that's like everyone's happy. If it doesn't, it was like a good learning. Like I've failed a lot of times. Let's say like you see Dojo being live, right? So behind Dojo being live, I've in 2 months I would have probably failed 50 times already, just doing these smaller experiments. But everything I did like 5 to 6 experiments trying to replicate the XE Apple design system. A lot of them failed, but then I was able to figure out how to kind of make something that looks like official Apple without like putting more what do you say requesting more from the design team itself. Like I just want to do it by myself as much as possible so that they can focus on the main work. So that's kind of how I've been looking to operate.
Yeah, fair enough. I guess how do you see like the AI agent thing moving in the next few months? Because I guess that's the next part of the conversation. Since you're the one who's, for now at least, who's like paying attention to like the cutting edge aspects of it. So like, where do you see that? Like, where do you see like AI agents being better in what aspects in like 6 months, let's say? Because that all ties back to how that can help XE, Ronin, etc. Right? Because I'm sure you're paying attention and you're speculating about that.
Yeah. So the way I see is right now, as someone who cannot build, who wasn't able to build things himself in the past, right now I'm building the things that your usual developer could build. So once I perfect that, like the thing I want to explore next, and I'm sure like AI will get even better at, is like what are the things that are only possible with AI. Okay, we have the tracker, we have the tournament platform, all of this could be done, but what is something
Oh,
new
wow.
that wasn't possible, like a product that would not have existed if AI wasn't there? So I'm studying on a lot of things at the same time whenever I get time. So yeah, I want to explore more. And my target with Moose is I want to bring my XE to life. That's kind of a goal I'm aiming for. So how I do that, I don't know. Whatever I can find, research, learn about it, I'm doing it. There's a lot of directions I want to explore. So once I have a bit more free time on my hands, I'm gonna do more experimentation. Let's see. But yeah, the next, I think 1 year from now, everything will look a lot different from what it is today. You cannot even predict. It's
Yeah.
all
You just have to, I guess you just have to have processes in place to to like to be able to adapt. All right, on the at every patch, everything you just adapt depending on what's being dropped and how people are learning and what the meta is and all of that. So I mean, it must be yeah. It sounds fascinating to me, and I don't know anything about it. I haven't dove into it, so I can't imagine how it must just get your juices flowing when you start really geeking out about it.
And that's why
Trust
we
me,
get
it's
these kind of guests in the show, Mr. Stark, because we are both dum dums and don't know.
Yeah. But we're funny. We're funny dum dums.
it's very hard not to talk about a lot of stuff because I wanna build something first and then talk about it. But yeah, there's a lot of exciting things that are possible.
Yeah.
I love it.
Good shit. So
And
I think if we can let's recenter it back a little bit to because the way I view it too, with like the people still watch like the people watching Ronin Radio at the moment in the depths of the the altcoin bear market are like the real Ronin fanatics, the real Axie fanatics. And I think an interesting way to look at it also is like when if like inspiring people who are watching the show to use AI is also indirectly going to help Ronin and Axie in the long run. So that's how I view it anyway. Like if you're getting somebody in the audience today to experiment with AI for the first time or with an AI agent, there's a high chance they're going to do something at some point that helps the community at large. So where would you say like a short step-by-step guide to like someone who's never used Claude AI? How should they get started?
I think a good way to if I'm pretty sure like ChatGPT and all those things you're still most of us are familiar with, right? But if you set up Claude, see what you do day to day, just like write down your day to day, and if there's a very repeating task that is technical, pretty sure AI can automate it for you, make it simpler. So I think that's a very good starting point. Just see what you do day to day, how you can, like the technical part, all of the things can be automated at the moment. And how do you do that? You just talk to the AI, be very clear, and give it as much context as possible. Because at the end of the day, it's just like it can only process the information you give it, especially if it's your personal like or your work stuff, right? So be clear about what you do, and pretty sure it will have an answer to every technical stuff.
Yeah, you mentioned something about Moose, right? That you want to have Moose as your, or you already named your co-pilot, right? And you want to have like an Axie representation of it. And you retweeted this. I looked at this tweet earlier from Farza, and the level of things that his co-pilot can do is crazy. It looks at the screen, looks at what he is doing, and tells him that, okay, this is what you need to do with your question that you put up for me, and then it's gonna tell him where to click and all of that stuff. And do you think that that's something that can be replicated with the direction that you are going in the development of Moose? Or is that something that we can also have, maybe have my own Axie, like do the same thing and, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, this thing that Forza made clicky, it's basically something that sees what you're doing on your screen and helps you out with the context that it is had. So let's say Moose already knows everything about Axie, whatever public info is about Axie, whatever is on app.exe. So I wanted to do an experiment. Right now there's literally no time, but when I have some time, I'm gonna experiment. Like, can I implement Moose here and just go to app.exe, and it can just tell me, okay, here's where you can go and buy Axes or how you breed. Like basically for newcomers, right? Someone as a newcomer starts in Web3 crypto, they're like very confused. So what if there was like a very cool AI assisted onboarding, with an axis, and then instantly the axis on your screen, and then it just guides you. Obviously, like, it's all theoretical right now. I don't know how any of it might work, but pretty sure something can be done. I don't know. I'm gonna explore it when I get some
Okay, I'm
time.
just imagining here with you, Jaatster. Okay, you mentioned something that sparked something in my brain as well. What if I'm a noob in Origins and I need a co-pilot to help me through the game, like go through the like a coach of some sort, right? That could be something there, right? Or other
Yep,
games
yep.
in Axie Classic or whatever.
Theoretically, it is possible. I mean, Origins, obviously it's way more difficult to integrate it, but let's say we start with something basic, like the tile trials game I made, right? You see
Yeah.
moose already there. That axis that you see in tile trials, it's moose. Like,
Oh,
I wanted to integrate a feature where you can just have any of your axis, like, you just connect your wallet, whatever your favorite axis, you choose it, it's sitting next to the
right.
tile trials, and it kind of guides you what to do. So
Mm.
that's for like that mini game. But whatever we build, like, we can kind of have your axis present and guide you through what to do.
Yes, Nova in the chat says pay a subscription and then Jaatster link your Axie to OpenClaw.
Yeah, here's the thing, right? Like, OpenClaw is a very general tool. It has a lot of things. As people say, you can even say it's very blotted. So
Uh,
if you have to build something for Axie, then it has to be something very Axie exclusive, built up from the ground up.
right.
But yeah, like, theoretically it is possible. You can have, if you have a collectible Axie, you go to this platform, you link it, and whatever your collectible Axie is there. And yeah, it's kind of like, oh, the experience I have with Moose can be replicated at
Mhm.
scale. I don't know exactly how, but I don't know if people are used with the term FAFO, FAFO. So I'm gonna find out how and what I can do.
Yeah. You're gonna go about things and find out things.
Yeah,
That's how you go through life, right? Look
yeah.
around and find out.
Another way to say that.
All right, I think we froze everyone.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was my internet.
There's a question from Joe Kira in chat about the. Well, I was thinking about that too. I'm glad you reminded us about that question. I was like thinking, is Axidol one of the things you're looking at the moment with to implement stuff like this?
There was a brief moment where I looked at it, like, I talked to Jihos. Like, I also had the idea, like, what if we can, but unfortunately, AI is not that good yet to handle that code. I did try. I tried a lot. It just wasn't possible at the moment. Maybe if the models keep on getting better, it might be. But I did try Jokira. It wasn't possible at the moment for me.
So it's on the back burner for now, but
Yeah, you can say
Yeah.
for now. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, cool.
Awesome. All right. Okay. I guess we are towards the end of this, Jaster. We just like to get some word from you that you can, I guess, share to the community on how they can utilize AI in the stuff that they do and how it can help improve their lives. But yeah, in your words.
I would say just be very curious and follow that curiosity with AI. It's like you're not alone now. You have these like super smart models who have all this world knowledge. Like, you would be surprised. So have an idea, talk to the AI, work through it. There's tools available where most of the technical stuff you can figure out. So yeah, start with something basic, just small automations, or just your handling your day-to-day summarizing stuff. But once you understand it a bit more, like, you'll slowly realize, like, it will, things will start clicking. because each person is their own. They have their own experiences. They have their own like workflows and all. So the more you experiment, the more you can learn. Like even now, every day I'm learning. Like whenever I have some free time, like I have these things bookmarked, I'll go through them and just try to stay on top. And it's very exhausting. It's not easy. It's like 15 to 16 hours per day. Like I do get exhausted. Like there was this one day when I was like fully crashed out. I couldn't even like open my eyes. I'm like, oh, I need to find a balance. So
Yeah, we all do.
yeah, find a balance, explore your curiosities. There's a lot AI can do for you now.
Great stuff. All right. Okay, guys. And if you want to dive more into what Jaatster and Moose's mind, you can follow him on at OX Jaatster on Twitter. And yeah, TS Legacy Playtest 2 is live now. It's on iOS, Android, and it is also on PC. And you can use the dojo to track your progress to see if you are actually in that leaderboard. And of course, follow Ronin Radio. So again, Jaatster, thank you so much for your time tonight, man. It was fun. It was a lot of education, especially on my part. I'm not sure about Stark, but yeah, it was
Yes.
it was a lot of
Thanks for
learning.
having us.
Awesome.
Thanks for coming on, Jaatster.
Thank you. Glad I was able to share about AI.
Yes.
Yes, continue sharing on your Twitter so that we can also learn more. I
Yeah.
love the stuff that you put out, and yeah, it's really helping in terms of thought process in how to navigate this new world that is filled with AI. And some people are afraid of it, but I guess you just have to be creative, and you'll be able to find ways on how you can actually take advantage of this wonderful technology that is in front of all of us. All right. Thanks again for watching the Ronin Radio. This has been Gunlock, and on my side is
It's the other side, but that's okay.
okay. The other side.
Like, who the fuck is to your left, man? Yeah, and I've been stuck, and it's a good show. See ya.
All right.
See you next week, everybody.
Thanks, Jaatster. Bye.
Bye.
Play. His night. Do it.
Not a chance that I can't hear any of you fuckers right now, and you actually are.
Oh, shit!